This is Astin versus the movies. Cha-cha-cha. Hello, 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 hello. My name is Astin and I rock. As you all know, I report to you live from the Messy Desk Emporium Resort and Spa and Factory. So, last time I came to you guys, I kind of hinted at losing my black card for not seeing a movie that I should have seen a long time ago, approximately 18 years ago. You've been racking your brains trying to figure out what that is, and I'm here to tell you. So, let's get into first why I haven't seen it. First of all, when you're Astin Janae Sullivan, you're 12 years old, the first thing you're going to turn to is Cartoon Network. Then you're going to turn to Disney, and then probably Nickelodeon. Maybe not necessarily in that order, but I was definitely a huge Billy and Mandy fan. Still am. Still am. I'm just a cartoons girl at heart. I just am. Two, there's a lot of things you're not really allowed to watch, and so as you get older and you spend time kind of like warming up to those things, you're like, I don't know if this is for me. Three, you kind of, in a realm where they kind of preach to you like the dangers of like black on black crime, we need to stop shooting each other and da-da-da-da-da. I felt very deep in my subconscious that it was okay to only watch white people shoot each other. So that's what I did. I only watched the shit where, I should also add, when it started coming on BET, I vehemently avoid watching black movies on BET just because I know they're going to cut out all the cursing and replace it with words that don't make sense. And they're going to cut out like half the movie, like to give it that 1 hour 30 block. If it's 2 hours, then you're going to miss half the shit and it's not going to make sense anyway. And your parents aren't going to rent it for you to see it. So I was just like, well, fuck it. I'll just wait and wait and wait. And apparently until I'm 29 and it comes out on Netflix. My friend Reggie kind of played me and gave me a bunch of shit for not watching it, having been out for 18 years. And I'm like, fine, we'll fucking watch it. And I'm very pleased to say that I enjoyed it. No, I really liked it. Like I said, as you get older and you see all the carbon copies of the movie, for whatever reason, it never dawns on me to just sit down and like watch the original. You just kind of watch the copies and you're like, white men's image of black men, here we go. From not watching it myself, I kind of understood it as a movie that people glorified. And I myself am not somebody who glorifies violence. If you know me very well, you know that there's a lot of shit that I won't tolerate media-wise, especially because the carbon copies that came after Paid in Full were very much driven to drive this negative image of black men. And so I kind of put Paid in Full in that category for a long time, that I'm like, all right, if this is the image that we don't want to carry on seeing, then I'm not going to participate in watching it. Let's get into it. What I liked about it. Mekhi Phifer is fine as fuck and will probably die that way. Bless his heart, bless his soul. I really liked the characterization of Ace. I liked that it felt more like a coming of age story. But I liked the way that they transitioned him from a square to a drug dealer. It wasn't just like, even though it was quick in the movie, it didn't feel quick. It didn't feel like, oh shit, now he's a drug dealer. Oh, okay, I'm supposed to believe he's cool now. It's still, I liked the dimension that they gave him. I liked his family. I liked how they set up what was gonna happen to Calvin. Who I just on sight was like, dislike, want him to die. Don't care how it happens. Don't care when it happens. He's got to go. I like how they set that up. I like how they set up Cameron. Honestly, I was really, I completely forgot that Cameron was in this movie. So when I saw, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, it's Cameron. And he's despicable. He's despicable. Like I couldn't, like he starts talking and I'm like, oh shit, I already don't trust him. And the way that they like revealed him to be like, oh, I'm your right hand man, I'm your soldier, if you're not gonna put me out on here, then why do you have, you know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, like I'm glad that he has his back, but something still feels very snake-like. So All that to say that I liked the relationship between Ace, Mitch, and Rico. I liked how they fleshed that out. I really liked how they fleshed that out. Even though they didn't have a lot of time to, it still didn't feel very abrupt. What I liked, even with Rico's character, with him being a snake from jump, you still felt like you wanted to root for him. You didn't want him to be the snake. There was a moment where I was like, no, he's, you know what I'm saying? Especially, I guess because like he killed Calvin and I was just like, oh, he can't do any wrong. But he did. He killed Mitch. I was so upset. I went to bed feeling so sad, y'all. I can't really describe many things that I didn't like. Obviously, I don't like when kids die. I was not very happy with Mitch losing his nephew. I was very uncomfortable with the fact that the uncle was also a snake, you know? And finally, like, I even like the way that it ended with them kind of hinting at the fact that there are all these people trying to copy what they see in this movie. Like, it ends with that music video of people throwing money and they're shooting it right in front of that corner store, and all the people on the film crew are like these white Jewish guys that think it's funny, and he's teaching him how to throw the money. Like, I was like, oh, okay, so they actually fucking get it. This is kind of ironic that this is the reason why I didn't watch this movie, and they talk about it in this movie. I really thought that in my own life that was like a really cool plot twist. I finally understand why everybody's a money-making Mitch. I was like, I don't know, like, it's like, that's such a random name. We all just, it's like the whitest name in the book. We're all money-making Mitch. Like, what the fuck made you come up with Mitch? And now I know. Oh my God. Let me keep my black card. Let me keep it. I can't really say that there was a lot of things that I disliked about it, because even though there was a lot of violence in it, it still didn't feel gratuitous. And that's what I think gets lost on me too with some of these gangster movies, that it focuses a lot on the violence and not how we get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, oh, look at him get shot. Oh, look at him step on his face. Oh, he's breaking all these bones. It's a lot of blood. It's a lot of gore. It's a lot of, you know, and action is fine. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, I watched all 8 seasons of, you know, that TV show that should not be named because the season finale sucked. It's also fantasy, so. And it's also white people killing each other. I have to, like, I'm very sorry, white people, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, wow, you're offended. I need you to understand that it is different. But yeah, it didn't feel gratuitous. It didn't feel like black men shells of themselves. I didn't feel like they were shells of themselves just killing each other like animals. It just showed the drug game. And it showed, you know, like, even with the I got out because I had some diamonds and put a down payment on a new life. The way that transitioned, you didn't see the new life, but fuck, I believed it because the setup was so well. So very well done. Thank you, Reggie Bishop, for recommending that, for making me watch it. Not very thankful for you having to leave abruptly in the middle of the movie, but that's fine. I will forgive you. And thank you guys. If you have any comments or questions, if you want to make fun of me down in the comments, totally fine. If you have a movie that you want me to review, please DM me at @Astin_Rocks, or you can leave a comment at the bottom. The next review I'm going to do is talk about my slow return to reality TV. That was Astin versus the movies. Cha-cha-cha.